Good morning, Niagara. You're tuned to Car Connection, where the coffee's hot, the tools are ready, and the talk is always tuned up. I'm your host, Niall Motormouth Jenkins, coming to you straight from the Car Connection workshop this morning, where we mix a little humor, a little know-how, and a whole lot of horsepower. Here it's not just about fixing cars. It's about keeping you rolling, saving you money, and giving you the confidence to understand what's under that hood, from the classics to the commuters, the weird noises, to the what the heck moments. We've got you covered. So grab your coffee. You're just going through the drive-thru. Check the order. Make sure it's good. Lock it down in your cup holder. Keep an eye on the road. Pass the crayons and the leaf bag over to your co-pilot to take notes this morning, because this is the Alamo. No, that's not right. This is Car Connection, your Saturday morning pit stop for stories, smarts, and a few good laughs. I'm Niall Motormouth Jenkins, and we are shifting into drive this morning. We got a lot of information coming your way, so it just might be like sucking on a fire hose. I'm not sure what really happens if you skip oil changes from a mechanic's point of view. So stick around for that. That's our topic this morning. So just let your co-pilot know. Did you get that? Did you write that? You got? No? Broke your crayon? Well, you suck. Well, good thing there's 16 more. Make sure you get your Crayola crayons. Anything beyond that ain't a crayon, in my opinion. Well, we have a Motormouth moment for you this morning, another Motormouth tech tip. So stick around for that. And I think we should start the morning with a swiggy. So let's do this thing, right? Let's do it. Let's count it down. Your favorite morning beverage, whatever, I think I need more coffee. Whatever that means for you, all right? Whatever that means for you, your morning beverage. Let's raise your cup. Keep an eye on the roadway and the other guy. Yeah, you know, the idiot that changes lanes every 30 seconds. He thinks he's running some kind of auto race. Yeah. But you know what's always funny? They'll pass you, and then you're right behind them on the next ramp going off the road. Yeah. Brilliant. All right, 3. I bought you a bit of time there to get your beverage ready. 3, 2, 1. That is a super good swiggy this morning. I got to give that a triple plus. Yeah, well, all right. Before I digress, let's move on. Oil changes. I just talked about that a little bit, touched on it a few days ago. The small service, that's a huge service. And at our own automotive shop that we had for 11 years on the Hamilton Mountain, we didn't promote oil changes. We promoted full service maintenance. That meant we covered everything. That was like the package, a bag of chips, a diet soda, and a jelly-filled donut all in one package. Exactly. Let's give thanks to our program partners and our recommended businesses for making our YouTube channel, Facebook, Instagram, iHeartRadio, and you can pull us from any podcast platform anywhere on the planet, north, south, east, and west, by typing Car Connection Workshop right into the search bar. And yeah, let's move on this morning and get things rolling. We thank Crystal Ridge Dream Center for serving men, women, and children meals, love, and hope, changing lives one at a time in the Niagara region. In this world right now, where things are a little bit upside down and sideways, we need to think of others and take the eyes off ourselves. So would you please consider being a community partner with Crystal Ridge Dream Center? You can visit all our program partners, recommended businesses at carconnectionbusinessnetwork.com. And on the home page, you'll see all their logos. Click on one. It opens a profile page. Every page is set up exactly the same for easy navigation. Don't you love those websites where you got to figure out their website to work with them? Bizarre. The short version is ccbusnet.com. Top right-hand corner is an important place to be on the homepage at ccbusnet.com. That's where you'll see the link for YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Stevensville on the web.ca. Click on the businesses tab, they put us a beautiful profile page up there. Why Stevensville? Because they're people. And my pops lives there for like 40 some odd gajillion years. And I love the businesses. I love the community there. And it's just great to be part of that community. It's great to be part of any community. Get involved. We also have our iHeart link right there as well in the top right-hand corner. And as I mentioned already, we are on all platforms, Apple, Spotify, Amazon, and the list goes on and on and on. Our merch store is there. We've just added, actually, I just spoke to the fellows yesterday at Freedom Expression. Is going to add 6 items in there, including a coffee cup. So you better make sure you get one before they run out. And we got special pricing on everything right now on our Motormouth Crew merchandise. Purchase something, it's only $5 above cost, and you're helping someone to get to Total Freedom Dairy Center, New York, for U.S. and Canadian residents, and Total Freedom Sydney, Manitoba, Canada. It's a men-only campus. If someone you love, someone you know, someone in your circle of friends that's struggling with an addiction, that's where they need to get to. It's not a program. It is a new life, a life change. So purchases in our merch store help someone who can't find their way into a campus and get help and get free, set free from their addiction. You can be a part of that by simply buying some merch. So thank you ahead of time for doing that. Thank you to City Auto Sales and Leasing with Earl and Louise Grant, your new family. Once you meet them, you will not buy a vehicle anywhere else. I'm telling you that right now. They have earned their title. Greater Toronto Area's premier pre-owned auto store. Low mileage, quality vehicles at fair prices. They do in-house leasing and also financing. So if you got good credit, bad credit, or no credit, City Auto Sales and Leasing is a place to go. If they don't have the vehicle in inventory that you're looking for, let Earl and Louise know. They have the resources for over 25 years. So let them do the legwork. They're car guys. They know how to pick them. They sell no junk. City Auto Sales and Leasing. Buy with confidence. Be treated with nothing less than honesty and integrity. To our good friends, the brothers, up at Rainbow Motors and Garage in Scarborough, Ontario, Canada. Sales and service you can trust any time of the night or day. They have a small car lot there as well, and the resources to source vehicles. If you're, again, looking for something specific, they'll hunt it down for you and pick a good one. They're not going to sell you any junk either. You can also buy extended warranties on your vehicle and get it serviced there. They service all years, makes, and models, including and up to light commercial vehicles. Rainbow Motors and Garage, sales and service you can trust. Our certified financial planning professionals for over 50 years. My brothers from other mothers, Tony Miele, Larry Tetro, with IG Wealth Management. They're there to answer your questions, listen to your circumstances, and formulate a game plan to get you where you want to be and where you want to go. And as my professor would always say, don't take advice from anyone who is not standing exactly where you want to be. That's right. If you want to cross a minefield, how do you do it? Follow the guy that's already on the other side, right? Exactly. Yeah, this is where you can get questions answered. If you've got a portfolio of investments pulled over and parked and the handbrake's on at the bank, you're not making any money. I'm telling you that right now. And I can say that boldly and with courage because you're not making any money. The banks are making more money on your money. So you need to turn that around. Debt retirement, creating a debt-free plan, estate planning, wills and powers of attorney, mortgages, life insurance, critical illness insurance. I have all that covered, and I have for 20-plus years known Tony Miele and Larry Tetro. So you got two of the best that are recognized in the industry throughout Canada, and you get to connect with them. They don't need any more customers and clients. What they need is to, if you want help and you really want it and you really want answers, then grab that complimentary hour and a coffee is what we call it, a discovery meeting. Sit down and get your answers from those who have the fruit on the tree. Thank you to the Grimo family at Niagara Block, 5000 Montrose Road, Niagara Falls, building Canada since 1931. Building and hardscape landscaping materials. They can help you design. They can give you all kinds of insight as to how to create that backyard space for 2026 that you've always wanted to have. And my advice to you is when we are doing that and building the Car Connection workshop and the studio, last but not least, to satisfy the town of Fort Erie, we had to properly landscape the backyard and the side yard. So we thought, well, we'll just call a landscaper and get them to come in here and get it done. No, you don't. The guys that don't know much are available, but the ones that are really good, you're going to wait. You're going to have to go on a waiting list. So you want to get on their schedule as soon as possible when you decide to make that backyard space that you've always wanted. Just a suggestion. That's what I experienced. 2 years. It took 2 years to get the landscaping company that we wanted to come in and do the job because we'd seen their work down in Niagara on the Lake and going, yep, that's exactly what I want. And I've done that before, selected a company because I had to have it done today, and then I had to have somebody else come back and fix it all. Don't you just love that? No, not at all. I don't love that at all. All right, let's jump right in this morning with our Motormouth Morning Tech Tip. Yeah, we got a top story this morning. Turns out 63% of drivers believe that their windshield wipers are just fine. Right up until the exact moment it starts pouring rain. That's right. Your wipers are the forgotten heroes of car maintenance. They survive blizzards, bug storms, and bird-related incidents. But if your wiper blades are streaking and squeaking and flapping like a scared seagull, it's time to replace them. Here's my pro tip. Change your wipers every 6 to 12 months if you're not willing to keep them clean. And I'm going to give you an extra on that in about 15 seconds. Or replace them when they start sounding like a jazz saxophone solo. Yeah, that's creepy. Are there notes in that music? I don't know. I can never figure it out. Here's the secret. You know when you go out for pizza and wings, you know who you are. That's a good meal. Not all the time, everything in moderation. Those little handy wipe packets, they're amazing for cleaning the edge of your wiper blades. Because here's what happens. When you're on the highway, if you're on the highway right now, you're commuting to work or wherever you're going, all that schmutz, buddy, in front of you is spitting on your windshield. That's called road crunch. Yeah, it's a technical term. We developed it in the Car Connection workshop, road crunch. It builds up on the edge of your wiper blades because your wiper blades are basically squeegees. Yeah, that's what they are. They're squeegees. Could that be a creature? Squeegee. I don't know. We'll have to look that up. So just lift your wiper blades up, which you should be on a day like today because it's raining cats, dogs, and a bag of hamsters. And if the temperature drops, guess what? Everything's going to be frozen solid. So if you haven't put silicone spray on your weather stripping on all the doors and entries of your vehicle, yeah, it's going to be a tough day tomorrow. And if you leave those wipers on the windshield overnight, yeah, they're going to weld themselves pretty much to the glass. And when you go to open the car door, you made, like you're starting a lawnmower or a chainsaw, you're probably going to rip the plastic handle clean off. So today's the day. Get one of those packets. Also, the eyeglass cleaners. You can get them in little packets at the Big W store. Those work perfect for cleaning the edge of your wiper blades. I'm just getting ready to replace my wiper blades on our '07 Toyota FJ Cruiser. I put them on in 2014. They're just starting to chatter. Why is that? Why did I get that much time out of them? Because I clean them with one of those packets. Keep the edge of your wiper blades clean, and they last a long time. 2014, we're in 2025. I'm just putting the order in online today to get new ones. And I like the, no, they don't pay for the show, so don't lose it, armchair warriors. Bosch Evolution wiper blades. I like the Bosch series, period. They just, there's something about the squeegee that lasts. Don't you think? 2014, 2025? Yeah, 11 years. That's right, 11 years, a little over a decade. How? Using those hand wiper packets or the eyeglass cleaner packets. If you don't have that, a little bit of windshield washer fluid on a clean, lint-free cloth, or use a paper towel. Lift the wipers up, clean the edge of the blade, and you'll see this black stuff coming off. Some of it is, residue from the rubber, but a lot of it is the road grunge. So there's an extra tech tip this morning because it's raining. Trying to help you out, folks. Because when the wipers chatter, it's no good. It's hard on the wiper motor and the wiper transmission system pivots and everything because it's putting a lot of extra pressure on those mechanisms. So let's jump right in this morning to what really happens if you skip oil changes. Well, here's the first thing. First thing that comes to mind is you have to be in control of your vehicle maintenance. If you want to keep your car longer like I do, I've made payments. I've made stupid, dumbass payments for a long time at high interest, 17.93%. And some of you are going, what? That's baloney. Yeah? 1981. Or, excuse me, it was 83. 1983. 17.93%. But you know what? I still have that little pickup truck we call a Mo, because he's actually a Mojave, one of 500 in the entire world. His number is 222. Yeah, I took care of it because I paid at that time like $22,000 for it with interest. And if I could have paid cash, it was $11,200. So it's good to know and understand your automobile if you want to keep it longer. Stop listening. My advice, stop listening to the salesman and the white noise that comes out of their mouth. Because here's the thing. If somebody gives me a set of keys to a car and tells me I get 4 years, 60,000 kilometers warranty on it, I'm going to say, thank you, but no thank you. Here's your keys. There's your car. Come on. That's the best you can do? Well, unfortunately, if that is the best they can do, here's the problem. Somebody has to take care of it. And it all starts with oil changes. The problem we have is we've got people that are saying things don't need to be maintained anymore. Oh, it doesn't need that. Oh, you can extend your oil change to 32,000 kilometers or 16,000 kilometers. Are you out of your freaking mind? That's my engine. And that's the way you have to look at it. Because the buzzword and the fizz is we want to hear maintenance free. Well, it's not stinking true. I'm just going to put it out there flat. And that's flat, as they would say in the UK. It's not true. It's not true. That's what we want to hear. And what they want is they want to get your used car out from underneath your butt because they have a list as long as your left leg of people that are looking for a pre-owned because we have a shortage of pre-owned vehicles. I'm rolling this all in so you get a picture of how to play the game because it is a game. How is it that I can own a 99 Honda Civic DX with over 300,000 kilometers? We're still going. The body's not rotted out. It's mint inside and out, and mechanically, it didn't do it by itself. I got sick and tired, fed up, disgusted, and bored of paying interest. And I don't listen to the salespeople whose lips are moving, telling me that, oh, that's maintenance free. You know, you don't have to change the fuel filter. Yeah, Once the warranty runs out, that's lifetime gone. Lifetime warranty's done. So if it's 3 years or 4 years, 60,000 kilometers, whatever happens first voids your warranty. So if you run out by mileage in 2 years, warranty's over. That's your lifetime. You have to understand this stuff, folks. You really do. Because when you knows the rules to the games, you can play the games more better. Yeah. I had a tough time with English. More better. You can play the game more better. And it all starts with oil changes. I've been hearing this for a long time. And I'm going to give you a recommendation at the end of what I talk about today with regards to oil changes. So get your crayons ready. You're going to want to check this fella out because he will set you right. And you'll be looking at the salesman next time with the big stink eye and going, you're doing this when I want you to do this. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Shut or you head. Yeah, that's exactly. So how important are your engine oil changes and services? 3 months or 5,000 kilometers, whichever occurs first. That's what I have stuck with my entire life as an automotive service technician. And I don't care if it's semi-synthetic, full synthetic, half a bologna sandwich in there, whatever. I don't care what it is. That's what I do. I probably throw out better motor oil than what most of you have in your car this morning. We don't give it the respect that it deserves. And I'm going to unpack that now. You go, so armchair warriors are going, you're a freaking idiot, Motormouth. Well, you know what? My FJ Cruiser is just shy of 400,000 kilometers. How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, how you doing? Exactly. As my military instructor taught us, this basic idea behind oil changes, it has stuck with me ever since. And you know what? I can put 500,000 miles, not kilometers, 500,000 miles on an automobile and still have the same engine. How you doing? Yeah. So I give that to all the armchair warriors. Here's what I tell you can do. You can change your motor oil and put a cheap, nasty oil filter on anytime you want because IDK. I don't care. As for me and my house, what's under my hood, I want that puppy to go until it can't. And I'm going to help it get there. Extending oil change intervals is not a good idea. And this is what we've been hearing for the last 10, 12, 15 years in the service bays. It is what is suggested by some service centers and dealers. But here's what I'm going to tell you. And a lot of my buddies who are wrenchers as well and super techs will tell you the same thing. Stop listening to white noise. Don't do it. Don't do it. Why? Well, now I'm going to give it to you. Thermal breakdown of the oil is number one. It's not monitored. If you have one of those vehicles that has one of those stupid maintenance reminder lights, you know what? I just said the word about it. It's stupid. It is programmed by somebody stupid and programmed by people who don't want you to keep your car and maintain it and head for 400,000 kilometers and you're not paying any interest. And if you talk to any one of our certified financial planning professionals, they will tell you this. Best vehicle in the driveway is the one that's paid for. Treat it like it's a bar of gold and take really good care of it because that will make you money. When you're turning the key and you're not in, I remember one time, here we go, story time, just a quick rabbit hole. Crossing the border for like the 100 millionth time because I did broadcast from the U.S. for 12 and a half years on ESPN, 24 and a half years on an FM network. And I you know what, I could write a book just on crossing the border, the crap that I went through. This guy says to me right out of the blue, never been asked this before, is that your car? I look left and right. I'm going, is there somebody else in the car here with me? Skippy, are you here? I go, well, yes and no. He goes, what do you mean? I go, well, yeah, I own it, but I'm making the payments. I'm in partnership with the bank. The guy could not stop laughing. He goes, I have never heard that in all my years on the line. I go, well, that's true. It's true. When I put the key in and I turn it on, I'm fixing it. I'm maintaining it. I'm paying the car payment with interest, and I'm in partnership with the bank, and I don't like it. And he goes, that's good. You have a great day. Waved me off. He was still laughing. He goes, I'm in the same position, and I don't like it. Exactly. So anyways, the manufacturers create these maintenance reminder lights. You know what? People used to bring their car in just to have me reset it so they could keep going down the road. So does it work? It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It's like the money light. We just talked about that a couple days ago on podcast here in the Car Connection Workshop. You might want to swing into that edition. And all our podcasts are up on our website in the archived section, and you can easily find that and navigate there. So thermal breakdown of the oil happens no matter what it is, whether it's a semi or whether it's a full or whether it's conventional oil. And what am I talking about? Synthetic oils. So now I'm going to spin a little tip for you on this. Here's what an oil engineer told me from one of the major, if I said the name of the oil company, you'd go, really? Yeah. Had a nice conversation behind closed doors with an oil engineer at one of the major manufacturers of motor oil. And here's what he said. He said, today's average automobile driver, if he's not on a racetrack, will never get all the benefits from running a synthetic oil. Just saying. I'm not the message. I'm just the messenger. And I looked at him. I go, really? He goes, yeah, really. Whether it's a semi-synthetic or a full synthetic, the average everyday driver will never get all the benefits from that semi-synthetic or synthetic motor oil. It's better to run a top quality motor oil and a quality oil filter. Change your oil more often, and down the road you go and save yourself money. So what do we see today? Well, price of motor oil either way has gone through the stinking roof, but it's a preference. You know, if the manufacturer's calling for it, you know what? I've had 3 vehicles already where the manufacturer says it right in the guide. It's suggested. And as my representative from one of the major car manufacturers around the world said to me, Niall, he says, the owner's manual and the maintenance guides are only suggested. They're not cast in stone. So there's another answer from those who have the fruit on the tree. That's a car manufacturer representative. So number 2, carbon buildup in the oil. And I'll round this off in a minute. These are the things that happen with your motor oil. So if you extend your motor oil changes, or you skip an oil change, this is what's going on. Thermal breakdown of the oil. That's from heating and cooling, heating and cooling, heating and cooling, heating and cooling. That motor oil gets so hot you can almost make donuts in it. That's how hot it is when it comes out. You shut the engine off. You've been driving it for a half hour, an hour. Go do an oil change. You'll scald your stinking hands, I'll tell you that. Carbon buildup in the oil. Excessive debris buildup in the oil filter. There's always carbon particles. Metal transfers back into the oil. All that stuff is happening in your motor oil, and it is not monitored by the onboard computer. It's monitored by you, the vehicle owner. Bottom line. So if you were to capture the oil as it drains and pass it through, so if I'm draining, and we've done this several times, this test. We've drained motor oil through a coffee filter, and to see what is in the oil. Like we call it our science test. Check and see how the engine's doing. It's a cheap, what we call SOS test. Not sending it out to a lab, a sample. We're not sending a sample out. We're just catching the oil, filtering it through a ground coffee filter or an automotive paint filter, and you will see harmful debris captured in that filter. So it's so important to stay on track with your oil changes and not cheap out on the oil filter. A $3.95 or a $6 oil filter is not on my vehicles, any of them, at any given time ever. That's how you get to 500,000 miles, is making sure you're changing your oil on time, every time, not skipping, using top-notch brands of oil, conventional oil or synthetic, whatever your flavor is. I had a 99 Honda CRV, and somebody convinced me, you should be running synthetic in there, blah, 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 blah. Okay, do this. You're doing this. I want you to do this. So I said, okay, next oil change, I'll take you up on the challenge. Did a full synthetic oil change, started the engine next morning. Sounded like a freaking John Deere tractor. I'm going, I can hear every stinking part of the valve train in my motor. I'm like, that isn't good. I drove it for a day, and it sounded like a tractor. So the very same night, I changed the oil out. I left the filter on because it was only a day old. Engine was happy and back to normal. Yeah, you figure it out. Synthetic on that engine was a big no-no. Absolutely no times no divided by no equals no. So again, if you were able to capture your oil as it comes out, you'll be surprised at all the harmful debris captured in that filter that gets past your oil filter. It happens. Be it conventional oil, full synthetic, or even so-called long life oil, the results are the same. Particles in the oil. So I'm going to wrap this up very, very quickly now. And I hope that at the end of it you understand that motor oil is the life's blood of your engine. How do I get to almost 500,000 kilometers? I'm giving you the secrets right now. So how about using a high-tech metal screened engine oil filter versus a paper ribbed type oil filter? So there's two types out there. Recent test results on types of oil filters. Here's what I came up with. This is the science. This isn't me speaking. I'm not the message. I'm the messenger right here at this point. Recent test results were the screen type oil filter fail. Allows 0.001 microns of particles back into the motor oil. That's not a good thing. The paper ribbed filters captured 0.0001 micron particles. Did you catch that? So the screen type oil filter was allowing 0.001 microns of particles back into the motor oil. The paper ribbed filters capture 0.0001 micron particles. So ladies, I think you'll blow your man's mind tonight when you get home if you just kind of share some of this with him. Going, did you know that the metal screened oil filters only capture 0.001 size particles, when a top quality ribbed paper oil filter captures 0.0001? That's very teeny weeny. So I'm going to leave you with this. One of my favorite channels, and I used to watch car racing a lot, so I know this young chap's father in NASCAR. He has his own channel called The Oil Geek. So check him out on YouTube. Lake Speed Jr., his father, Lake Speed, was a great NASCAR driver for many years. So he runs excellent engineering type tests and amazing results to prove. So Armchair Warriors, go take a look at his videos and watch the testing and the equipment he has. And if you've got better equipment than Lake Speed Jr., the oil change geek, actually I think he calls himself the oil geek. That's it, oil geek. Then I'll listen to you. But if not, you know what? I'm going with what works, because the 07 Toyota FJ Cruiser is just shy of 400,000 K, original motor, and we'll just keep going. We will make it. We will go all the way to 500,000 miles on that motor. How do I know that? Because I've done it before in a Toyota. Absolutely. So that about wraps it up today. Come and visit us back Saturday morning. We'll see you right here at 8 a.m. with Motormouth's Morning Drive for all those who work weekends like I did up until recently, 31 years without a weekend off, broadcasting our Car Connection live call-in automotive program on a number of different radio stations, and now we're podcasting and reaching a lot more people north, south, east, and west around this rock that we're spinning on. So I'm going to continue to share the knowledge that I've been blessed with over 40 plus years as an automotive service tech, light truck, passenger vehicles, diesels, equipment, highway trucks and coaches, the whole 9 yards, the whole schmeal. And we'll see you right back here tomorrow morning. So happy motoring. Keep it under 100 and put the coffee on, because we're going to come to your house.